Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are already pumped for our second session in the public speaking track of Present Succeed 2022, day 2. So, we are continuing the topic around how to be great in front of an audience, but we are diving deeply into how to develop our voice to create impact and to speak with confidence. I have Cynthia here with me. Hi, Cynthia, who is a
Hi, Eva.
voice and public speaking coach, and she has been doing that for quite some time now, like over probably 20 years, right? So
Yes,
she's been
yes.
she's been working with clients from all over 46 countries across 6 continents, helping them to develop their voice to present and create impact. So I can't wait what she has prepared already for us. So Cynthia, I'm giving you the word.
Sure. Thank you, Eva. A lot of my clients and audiences, when they came to me, they said, "Oh, Cynthia, I want to speak and sound like Obama." Or some, they said, "I want to have a voice that's like Morgan Freeman." So when I heard that news, I said, "Okay, what do you like about their voices?" So it turns out that they like the quality of their voices. The quality of their voices. And that's what you're going to find out in the next 20 minutes. Because as a speaker, you have learned over these 2 days on structure, on content, on building your stories. On next session is on vocal variety. But many speakers, if it's not all, so many speakers, over 90% of the speakers, they have overlooked the most important skill, the most important quality in the way that they're speaking, which is the voice gravitas. What is voice gravitas? Well, that is the X factor in your voice. So that determines whether people will trust you the moment you start to speak. So a lot of my clients, they also said, "Oh, when Morgan Freeman speaks, whatever he sells, I will just buy." So because his voice carries authority, carries credibility. And as a speaker, you only have limited time. Like for example, now I only have 20 minutes. So even if you just have 5 minutes, in 5 minutes, how can you build credibility right away? And that is your voice gravitas. So in the next 20 minutes, you're going to pick up the skills that will help you start to develop the gravitas in your voice. Well, this has been the voice you've been hearing for the past 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So I'm going to demonstrate you another voice. You'll see what the difference is. Oh, this is the other voice. Can you hear any difference? If you have heard differences, you can type into the chat. I can already see the facial expression on Eva's face, and I assume that she heard the difference. So now type into the chat and let me know what difference did you hear in that voice. Uh,
Okay,
well,
Cynthia,
as you're
let's
typing,
let's just let's just give them a few seconds because there is a little bit delay between what me and you are hearing and what when they hear it. Okay, the comments are already coming
sure.
in. Wow, amazing. Yes. So everyone I think is seeing the difference.
Yes, yes. Okay, very good. So most of the times in my classes, they'll be saying, "Wow, Cynthia, that voice sounds very thin, and that voice sounds a bit high-pitched, also sounds very young." Then you will see that that voice doesn't carry the credibility, the authority anymore. And some also said that voice sounds very fast, or that voice is a little bit monotonous. But these are all the results that you heard. Well, the main difference is the voice quality. One voice, that the voice I am speaking with, has the gravitas, has the solidness, the centeredness, the groundedness in the voice, which helps you convey authority, credibility. This is also the so-called voice, diaphragmatic voice, so-called diaphragmatic voice, even though there's no such thing as diaphragmatic voice. So you will learn what is the right term to describe this voice. And the other voice is a very thin voice, T-H-I-N, thin voice. And then, of course, there are always people asking me in my workshops, they say, wow, Cynthia, do you often switch on and off? Switch on from one voice to another voice? No, there is no switch. So once you develop the voice will be with you for the rest of your life. And that's why that when you're developing the voice, which what I call a full voice, F-U-L-L, full voice, a voice that comes from the full body. Well, the voice I demonstrated just now is coming from here, right? So we can also call that the head voice, the head voice. Well, this voice is body voice coming from the full body. So I call it the full voice. So when you develop the full voice, you're not only just developing the voice quality, you're also developing you as a speaker, as a person. And that's why when you are developing the voice, not only you will sound credible, sound authoritative, but also you are becoming more credible because you are going to use more of your body. You're going to engage more of you when you're speaking. So that's why when you develop the full voice, your voice has more presence because you are more present. And your voice will also take up space. So you don't need to shout, you don't need to speak louder. But when you speak, people see, be it virtual or face-to-face, people see that you take up space. And right now, virtually, you couldn't see me as a whole person. But most of the times, if you see me in person, you will see that I am not having a big body. So I am, in fact, slim. And then most of the times when I open my mouth to speak, people were shocked because they didn't realize someone with a smaller body can produce such a strong voice. That's something you can develop. So you can develop a voice that is diaphragmatic, so-called diaphragmatic voice, or a full voice that helps you speak with more authority, more credibility. And now that you understand, this is something that you can change. And then the next question is, how? So to understand that, you must know that voice is physical. You may even want to write it down. Voice is physical. So we're going to get physical. So voice is physical, which means that we're going to work on the body. And in order to use more of your body to speak and develop your full voice, there are a few stages you need to go through. So for my one-to-one coaching clients, they need to go through 3 stages in order to work on the body. So because of the time constraint, we will work on one key stage. And that you probably have heard people say, which is breathing. Breathing. So you want to also write it down, which is breath is the power of your voice. Breath is the power of your voice. So if you want to have a full voice, you must first have full breath. The problem for most people is that the breath is not full. That's why when you are nervous, you will notice that not only you run out of breath, but also your voice starts to tremble or going high pitch or going fast paced. It's because not only you are not breathing properly, but also proper breathing is not a habit for you. So that's why if you want to develop your full voice, having the gravitas from the body, you first need to learn how to breathe fully and properly. So I'm going to ask all the audience members now to take a deep breath. And when you're taking the deep breath, observe in your body which part is moving. So I'm going to assume now you're going to take a deep breath in. Not only deep breath in, but remember to breathe out. So in my classes, sometimes they took a breath in, and then they said, do I breathe out now? Yes, breathe out. Okay, so I assume you have took a deep breath in, and write down into the chat and let me know where you saw the movement in your body. So again, we'll wait for
I can say
a
for
few
myself,
seconds.
I saw the movement here. So when I took a breath, I saw the movement here. But let's see what we'll see also
Okay.
in the chat.
Yes. So you saw the movement on the chest. Yes.
Yeah. In my case, it was the chest. Okay, so I see people saying shoulders are moving. Norma is saying shoulders. John Zimmer is saying belly, abdomen, in my
John
chest,
Zimmer is.
chest, belly.
Okay. Hi, John. And John Zimmer is my friend, and he is probably breathing properly. That's why he saw the movement in the belly. But most people, you saw the movement is on the upper body, right? Shoulder or chest. So I'm going to demonstrate. This is probably what you are doing. So when you're taking the deep breath in, your shoulder and chest move up, your belly is moving in. And when you breathe out, shoulder and chest drop, stomach, belly comes out. So if you are doing this one just now, there's good news and bad news. So the good, well, for speakers, we can take bad news first. So the bad news is you are not breathing properly. You are not breathing properly. And the good news is you have potential. So we're going to see where the potential is. So I'm going to demonstrate the proper deep breath, and you see where the movement is. So I'm going to do it sitting down first. Sitting down, proper deep breath in and out. Okay, some of you might still be waiting. I have already finished. You probably see no movement, right? That is perfect, because when you are on Zoom meetings, WebEx meetings, all these online meetings, if you are nervous, you know the best way to manage the nervousness is proper deep breath. So you see, if you're doing proper deep breath, no one would know that you're doing the proper deep breath because the movement is not on the upper body. Even face to face, people will not see it because your audience's attention is going to be on your face. No one is going to look at your whole body where it's moving. So I'm going to demonstrate the proper deep breath, this time standing up, and you see the movement. So standing up, proper deep breath. So I'm going to do proper deep breath in and proper deep breath out. Okay, so if you don't observe carefully, you probably still didn't see the movement. That's again perfect because that will help you to manage your nervousness without the audience knows. So now I'm going to demonstrate direct your attention to here. So I'm also going to put my hand here so that you can see. So when I take a proper deep breath in and proper deep breath out, so now you see the movement is on the belly area, while the upper body remains still. So that's why that when you are nervous, you can use proper deep breaths to manage the nervousness. No one will know. And number two, you must make the proper breathing a habit. Only when it becomes a habit, then your voice will not tremble, will not go high pitched, will not go fast paced when you're nervous. Of course, now you might be wondering, how do I do it? How can you correct your wrong way of breathing? Well, first of all, you want to remember that for the proper breathing, we are using the diaphragm properly. Diaphragm is a piece of muscle that helps you with proper breathing. So we're not going to find where the diaphragm is with the time constraint. But I will encourage you to go to my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel, there are videos where I demonstrate where the diaphragm is, how the diaphragm moves. So you can just go to YouTube and search Cynthia Voice Coach. You should be able to find my channel. So we have more than 200 videos for you to study and learn. And so that's where you can look at the diaphragm. For the proper breathing, what you're going to do is, remember, when you breathe in, now you're like a balloon. When you breathe in, the belly will come out. When you breathe out, belly will go in. This is the opposite to what you're doing. When you breathe in, your belly goes in. When you breathe out, stomach comes out. So what you're doing is the opposite. That's why for the past 21 years, forever 21 for today, and you have been living your life upside down. So today we're going to turn your life around by turning your breathing around, which is also true because breath is your life force. Breath is your life force. So the exercise you're going to take away with is Kung Fu breath. Kung Fu breath. You don't need to learn Kung Fu by doing this exercise. So what you're going to do is, again, put one hand on the upper stomach area. This is where the diaphragm is. And the Kung Fu breath, we're going to start from breathing out, which is you're going to push the stomach in. When you push the stomach in, air will go out through the mouth. So for practice purpose, we're going to use mouth for both in and out. So this is what you're going to do. And starting from breathing out, which is pushing the stomach in like this. In, air goes out through the mouth, and then inhalation should be natural. So one more time. Okay, so now side view. This hand put on the upper stomach. So we start from breathing out, which is pushing the stomach in. So that's Kung Fu breath. So I'll give you some time, let's say 20 seconds, for you to practice the Kung Fu breathing. And when you're practicing, I'll also let you know how much time should you dedicate every day for the practice. So remember, we mentioned that voice is very physical. In order to work on your full voice, you have to work on your body. And the exercise we're doing, which is Kung Fu breath, the purpose is to retrain how your diaphragm, how your body works. So it's not how you're going to breathe in the future. This is to retrain how your body works. So in the initial 1.5 to 2.5 months, so that's how long usually it takes to change the wrong way of breathing and make the proper one a habit. So in the initial 1.5 to 2.5 months, every day you're going to dedicate a minimum of 5 minutes in the morning for the Kung Fu breathing practice. So that will be your practice routine to retrain how your body works. In your daily normal life, speaking, work, keep doing whatever you have been doing. You don't need to do anything in your daily normal breathing. But every day, dedicate 5 minutes for the practice so that your body can be retrained. So it's just like we train our muscle, right? So if we want to build muscle here, so we're going to go lift the weight every day for at least 1 month. Then 1 month later, your body, your muscle is trained, same as breathing. So that's how you're going to train your breath to lay the foundation for your full voice. You see, when your voice is here, you are literally cut off inside of your body. You're only using part of your body to speak. So as a speaker, if you want to build strong presence, well, internally you are physically cutting off from yourself. How are you going to have the presence? So that's why when you work on the full breath, full voice, it starts to help you as the speaker to connect with yourself internally and physically. When you are physically connected with yourself, you will have more presence. So that's why that when you develop your full breath and your full voice, you're also developing you as a person, as a speaker. You will become more present. The way you speak will start to draw people in because presence is powerful. When you have presence, even before you utter a word, people are already drawn to you. Presence is power. So for you to develop your voice, today you have just started with the very first step, which is Kung Fu breath. And I hope in the future that we will be able to share more so that you can go to the other stages to develop your full voice. And with the time constraint, so I would stop my sharing now, and we'll see that whether you have any questions.
Cynthia, thank you so much, Cynthia. Sorry, there was an issue with my mic. Thank you so much, Cynthia. This was so practical, and I already see the comments in the chat that everyone found it really, really practical and really straight to the point. I think this is actually a very, very good start for people to start practicing how they breathe. Honestly, I was also doing the exercises. You probably saw me on the camera. I was also trying to do the exercises, and this will be definitely something that I will rewatch so that I can see how everything is being done. Unfortunately, we don't have time for any questions, but I think our audience would very much appreciate if afterwards you can stay and you can maybe connect with them. We've already posted the links to your website, also to your LinkedIn profile, and to the 3-part powerful voice crash course, so that people can go and check those out. I think this was a fantastic example of how you can develop your voice. And one thing that stays with me is that all of us have potential. We might not be doing it the right way now, but the good thing is that all of us have potential. So it's just a matter of 5 minutes a day of work, which I think is definitely worth investing. So thank you so much, Cynthia, for being with us today.
Thank you. All the best, everyone.